Stepdaddy season. What up, y'all? Been a big hiatus. I've had a lot of experiences since I've been gone. Whew. Just put it this way. It was great while it lasted. This video is going to be dedicated to old school Tony Carter. What it do, man? He came up with that title. Link will be in the description on his newest video. My situation isn't exactly what you're going to see on his video, because that would never happen to me. I don't... That was definitely odd. If my friend's girlfriend texted me, I wouldn't even know what to say. It would just be really weird. But anyways, let's jump off into the scene. So, wow. Was dealing with twin sisters for about 3 months here. And one twin is definitely dysfunctional in the brain. Unfortunately, she had my kid about 13 years ago. The other sister is screwed in the brain also, but is more able to function in life and knows that she's got a big old booty and can use it to get whatever she wants. So enter phase one. I dealt with the big booty sister when the baby mama was in jail, and slapped it up, beat it up, close to nutting it up, all that extra. And yes, twin sisters. Yes, I had both. This is the second set of twin sisters I was lucky to deal with. The first set I was able to deal with them both at the same time. That was amazing. And it felt good because I didn't need to do it again. I'm a very lucky person when it comes to certain things. And even where I'm sitting at right now, in silence, finally needing it, happy to get back to zero. It was a wild ride. The big booty sister devalued me as soon as her sister got out and decided to deal with someone who could potentially be a stepdad. Hence, stepdad season. This season started a little bit earlier on July. The fellow, he lasted probably about 2 months. I'd say that was a very long time for her. And basically, when I was around, he saw that she devalued me. It made him want to work a little bit harder. He actually spent about $2,000 of his tax money in order to get her stable again. She had previously lost her apartment because she was late on rent and not working, trying to do her own business. Long story short, you'll see a piece on old school Tony's video where the girl says, "Oh, you're at work, that must be boring." So a lot of these females, not all, but they seem to think that working is boring. So I don't know how you're supposed to get money just out of thin air. Anyways, so the guy at the time was like, "Oh, she's got potential." Something happened. She's able to get people at least $8,000, but she wants at least $1,000 from what they get. And this is some sort of it's not a scam, but it's something to do with personal loans or PPP loans or something like that. So he got his money. It was $8,000. Here goes where the story gets crazy. Now you think that he would be like, "Okay, I got $8,000. I better put $2,000 into her, and maybe I could jack off like $6,000." Well, something happened, and I got out of the scene before he even started to help. I was the last day I helped. I just helped move stuff, and that was it. I left, and they moved into the apartment. Everything was happy. My daughter goes over there, and she was like, "Yeah, he's happy. He's got his shirt off, and all that." So me, I'm a Sigma male. So I don't really care. Like I can devalue someone just like that because I'm more important than anyone else in the world. I know that. It takes a minute for you to learn that, but I know that, and you should know that too. You're more important than anybody else. And so I sat in silence and did my thing on Twitter, and also check out my candid booty videos. They're amazing. I got more stuff coming up on mewe and Twitter. The links will be below. Anyways, so I kept recording the booties at Walmart and doing whatever I do. And then I got a random call from her. So this random call was, can you come over? Something around those lines. Something similar around those lines because her sister was back home. So she came back home, which was great. So I decided, okay, well, I'll go over there in a week. Didn't show up for a week. And so the guy was still there. And the following 2 or 3 days, he was incognito. He just went missing. So come to find out that he took his money, went to Africa to get married, spent all of his money. And that stepdad season was quite over. Now, he never interacted with her kids. She's got 2 kids. He didn't really interact with them. And some reason, a lot of these females like a bump on the log guy. Like a guy who just barely cleans up, but she won't like that he doesn't clean up. A guy who cooks for himself, but she won't like that he cooks for himself. A lot of different things. But she would put up with his numbskullish because he's willing to give thousands of dollars if he had it. Anyways, so she takes him back. Wow, amazing, isn't it? Mind you, I know here goes some simp shit that I did, but the situation was crucial, and I don't really help out people like that. So before the guy came into the scene, I had helped her out on rent, cell phone, internet, and food. So that was a lot of money. To me, $400 is quite a lot of money to be helping out somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's quite a lot of money. Moving on. Yes, that was a simp move. I hadn't done it in about 4 years. In fact, that was the actual first time at that large amount of money in the span of, I'd say, about 2 months of skeeting. Was it worth it? Definitely not worth it. If I could rewind the hands of time again, I still would do it because I had never really done it. Anyways, so I'm not a simp because, well, I'm not continuously paying. I just paid to play 2 months. That's about $100. About $50 a week of skeeting, and I got what I needed. I'm good. I don't need her anymore. She's good. A lot of recordings, a lot of Twitter links underneath. Still got a lot of her posts, and so basically, he had left. Then he came back, and so she took him, which was so weird to me, oddly weird. But at that time, I didn't have really much feelings for her, but I knew that in order to get the cat, I had to pay a little something. I mean, she is a hoe, so not a floozy hoe. Well, yeah, undercover hoe. She'll fuck anybody. Anyways, so she takes him back, and then when he couldn't really provide any money, kicks him out. And there was about a 2-week span of her being single, and during that time, I probably had gave her $40. She has this car that doesn't. If she doesn't pay the bill on time, then it doesn't ride, and it gets cut off. Similar, you've known the deal. So I just did that because, not really for the sex, but to get kudos or a check mark, apparently, or whatever. Which is, there's no such thing as check marks with females. Once your deed is done, they forget all about it. Okay? And she even told her little son that I didn't help pay any bills. So Good. Slap in the face, great. Don't deal with broke bitches. That's just the lesson. Right now, I'm about to call this other female I've been kind of like talking to a little bit, texting from Facebook dating. And I'm kind of like not really wanting to call, but I'm going to call because she's stable in life. And I call around 11 o'clock, so I won't be on the phone too long. Anyways, so the 2 week span goes by, and stepdad season number 2 comes in, and this guy, he definitely doesn't interact with the kids at all. Again, a lot of females, they like to deal with guys who are like completely broke. You know, like guys who they have potential to do stuff, but they're in the process, and also they're over 40. So it's just like, I don't know if that's her particular style that she's kind of honed down onto to see, well, they're willing to give up cash. Because she knows I'm not going to give up thousands. If I get money, she's not going to get barely anything. She's might get $100 if I get $10,000. She knows that. Anyways, so the guy, again, he comes into the picture. I get devalued harder. There's a point where I'm cooking. Mind you, her sister's there. I'm cooking and she has an attitude about me cooking, which had never happened before. So I at that point, I could have been like, like the fuck, I could have been crazy. But I knew of her process of devaluation. And also, she noticed that I was just coming in without her even knowing and just going and skeeting her sister and then kind of leaving in the morning. So that really irritated her, that not only did I not even want her, but I was like completely avoiding her. Like not even talking, just making sure I respect, hey, how y'all doing? And immediately in the room. She got jealous a lot that I could make her sister laugh, all this stuff. Blase, blase, blase. So let's boil it down to the end of the video. So this chick, man, she can't keep a man. So I think that females over 35 definitely cannot keep a man, especially if they have kids. And they're young kids. It's over. So also, she has over 20 credit cards that are all in the reds. Okay, so what's that mean for you or any guy who comes in? You're going to have to pay that. I'm not paying it. Here it is day 2 that I haven't gone over there. Anyway, so the guy, he says that he's sick, and he stood over there it was about a whole week, I'd say. He did his whole routine, making her laugh, watching Netflix over and over and over again. That shit was so boring. It was so weird to see how she just wanted to keep on pretending so that she could at least get $200 to $300 out of him. Anyway, so the guy apparently didn't have a job. He found a job down the street. And when he got his money, he was only willing to give her $100. She got upset about that and kicked him out. And didn't take the $100, by the way. Which shows you that it's a deeper meaning. Money needs to be there, but she wants a lot of it from you. Okay? You have to be willing to give up the whole entire check. You understand what I'm saying? Give up the whole entire check, and she's going to be satisfied. Because she needs a slave. A lot of females need a slave, right? You don't want to be in that predicament, because if she needs a slave, you're definitely going to be siphoned out until you're dry, bone dry. It's over. And, of course, you already know the deal. Once I saw that he was completely gone, then she decided to start to talk to me. But her facial expressions and her aura was so, I don't want to say negative, but gray. Very gray, dark gray, that the conversations with her, I knew that what she was doing was trying to switch sides. Again, this is to be the 3rd time, actually 4th time. And so I had stopped her in her tracks. I said, it's all good. You know what I mean? You did what you had to do. Whatever. Look for another guy. No, I'm not looking for another guy. I'm going to do it on my own. Great. Cool deal. If you're going to do it on your own, you don't need any money from me. And I try to just ghost her. Again, she's broke. credit card bills off the haywire, and asked me if I could help out with anything, and I had to tell her straight up, I can only help you out with stuff if I could get something from you, because you've dissed me a lot. You see what I'm saying? And most guys don't put up with that dissing. They do it one time and then they ghost you. But I'm in a certain situation where I'm dealing with two females. So, I'm not going to sit here and dwell on the past. So she understood the deal. I barely even had to say anything. And, she dropped trout. And saying, here goes $40. Carry on. Here goes your 40, carry on. I didn't have to go driving for a hoe, none of that. Didn't have to worry about diseases or none of that. Get it in, get it gone. And so stepdad season is very real. I could tell you 1,000 times don't be in stepdad season, but a lot of you are going to still follow and do that same stepdad season thing, because again, it's the only thing available for you, and it's like picking a needle out of a haystack. You're not that one needle that actually drops, you're gonna get it, and you're not gonna keep searching because it's there. So I can't hate on you. But when you do perform as stepdad, you have to realize that you're not the first and only or last. Okay? There's gonna be something that makes her devalue you, and it will happen, and it will happen abruptly, and there you go. It'll be off to man number 3. So subscribe, click the like button so that we can get more views working on the channel. And again, I don't feel all that 100%, but I'm not dealing with females at the moment, except for the new one that I'm talking to. She's got a job. I don't need no money from her. So this may be able to work out. I'll keep you updated on that. Otherwise, keep your heads up, buddy. Stay positive.